Time. How do I know so much about birds and insects? When I was a kid, and currently, I was and am really, really into, like, animals. Actually, when I was a kid, this is a really weird one. I had, like, a wilderness guide. And in this wilderness guide was the scientific names of all of these animals written down, right? And I did this thing. Let me explain. So, you know how when you're a kid, you kind of just do things to impress people? Or like acquire skills to impress people or learn things to impress people? So what I did with this wilderness guide, which listed, by the way, every single land-dwelling North American mammal. When I was in middle school, I sat down and memorized every single scientific name. And it actually paid off one time. It actually paid off one time because I was a freshman in high school and I was in biology. And one of my biology teacher at the time had us like go around this table, and it was sort of a lab, you know how you did like labs. And the point of the lab was to identify these animals, okay? By their skulls or by like their fur or whatever. It was mostly their skulls. But there was one that he had, chat, that was supposed to be the really, really hard one. The one that nobody ever got, okay? And it was in this little jar, and it was like this tiny little rodent skull, okay? And I was looking at it, and this jar had a label on it, and the label was Tamiascurus hudsonicus. And I was like, hey, that's a red squirrel. And that's the end of that story. I don't know. Like, I guess I impressed one or two people. Yeah, cool flex, I guess. Like, I could still probably recognize a scientific name if I looked at it. Did my teacher love you for the rest of the semester? Actually, that biology teacher really, really liked me. Because, well, I mean, I was into biology, like really into biology. And I also brought him, like, weird shit that he would, like, hang on his walls. Like, snake skins, or, like, stuff like that, you know? Because he had, like, this whole selection of stuff that his students would bring in for him. Like taxidermized animals and horns and things. And I would bring him some weird shit, and we would talk about animals, you know? My middle school biology teacher actually had a whole bunch of snakes, and I would always be holding one in class. You got a dead shark in a jar? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah, dude. My biology teacher also had like a kitten fetus in a jar and like a moose fetus in a jar, and that one was really cool.